All right, welcome to Positivity is the Way to Go. He is the mastermind behind Rear View Sports. He covered the Orioles and the Ravens. He give analysis on the games, and also he do the DDT podcast as well. And they cover the Buffalo Bills. You know, they have a lot of different stuff on the podcast. Welcome my guest today, Charles Harris. How is it going, man? How the morale going with the Ravens season on the line tonight, man? And the frozen tundra and Lambeau Field, the battle of the backup quarterbacks on Saturday Night Football. You know.
I thought of you right away once the Mike Preston article came out. I said right away, I'm gonna be hearing from Dion right away.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you, and that same day, here you were calling me out as about how the Ravens are going to get Lamar. So Dion, you said you had some tough questions for me, so you
you know, I told you about the article in the Baltimore Sun, man, about Lamar possibly going being unhappy and want to go to the Dolphins, man. I heard Lamar be up at 7 at night. He play video games and stuff, and he ain't even in the playbook. Like, I mean, what's going on with the John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson turmoil, man, with the Ravens, man? It just, I heard on Get Up, man, they was talking about the drama going on, you know. Normally, y'all was a button-up franchise, man, with Eric DaCosta, you know, Ozzie Newsome, you know, and now y'all are just functioning like the Cowboys with all this drama going on, you know.
Oh, there's absolutely drama going on, Dion. There's no question about it. As far as the article itself, the Mike Preston, us as Ravens fans, a lot of us don't like Mike Preston anyway. So a lot of us don't really believe a lot of that stuff that was there. Now, I don't know. He works for the Baltimore Sun, so I'm assuming some of that is true or whatever. He's kind of done this before with Ray Lewis and Brian Billick, where he put it out there that the Ravens are sick and tired. So this tells me somebody in the building doesn't want Lamar there. Or they want him there, but it's time to negotiate his contract again. So they're trying to get leverage and negotiate his value down, etc. So I don't really take a lot with this contract. As far as the whole thing with video games, Lamar was just the guy that had the video games taken out of there because they were on a losing streak. So he demanded that all the video games be taken out of the facility because they were losing. So I don't really, a lot of us Ravens, I mean, not everybody, some do, but a lot of the national media is picking up on it more than we are. Like, but Mike Preston, this guy that wrote it, he's just, I ain't got no rap for him, brother. I ain't got no rap for him. We don't know that any of this is true. A lot of this is
true. Yeah, but what happened to the Ravens, man? I mean, you know, the Patriots game, Derrick Henry did not get the ball in the fourth quarter, and he got 120 yards. If they would have gained the ball in the last series, they would have won the game. Like, I mean, what's going on with, like, the mismanagement? And, you know, and do you think John Harbaugh need to leave? You know, like, cause you think that this marriage will work, or you think they should mutually part ways with all the drama going on, man?
Let's address the first thing. Was that mismanagement? That's the absolute right word that you use. Mismanaging that game. No excuse for Derrick Henry not being in the game. None. There's no excuse. Chris Collinsworth called it out during the broadcast, and I was very glad that he did that. I wasn't shocked because this is how John Harbaugh has always operated with running backs. I think I've said this several times. John Harbaugh does not like the bell cow. He likes to rotate in and out, have guys in and out, come in and out. He doesn't. It almost as if he doesn't want the running back to get too much time in and wear a guy down. He wants guys to go in, out, and out. So when you sign Derrick Henry, and the first thing I said when I said it's like, wait, you got Derrick Henry. He's never had 30 carries in a Ravens uniform in a game. That's insane. Like, why Harbaugh just doesn't like it. And I'm saying John Harbaugh, not Todd Monken, because this is the third offensive coordinator where I've seen this, right? So that's why I'm not on Todd Monken. This is definitely John Harbaugh. Is he in trouble? We really don't know. I think change might be necessary. I don't take that lightly saying stuff like that, because there's still human beings and these are people involved, their livelihoods and all that other stuff. There's a lot of lives affected by it. So I don't take that lightly, but that wasn't good. That's pretty simple stuff that you screwed up there. Two games you lose. You might be in the playoffs at home because, you just had to stick to rotation. You couldn't let Derrick Henry just go out there and do his thing. So I think it might be change necessary. I don't know if it'll be very close with Steve Bisciotti. So we will see.
Well, I think John Harbaugh is a Hall of Fame coach, but I think that he mismanaged stuff, and they may need fresh blood. I think they should keep Lamar Jackson because he's the top 12 quarterback. Even with his injuries, he got like 20 touchdowns this year. And I think Lamar hasn't been healthy this year. Like he has not been himself. Like normally the Ravens when they offense was rolling like last year. He was moving really good and RPO offense, and he was a threat to run the ball. Now he wasn't a threat. Like you don't have to protect against that defensively. Look at the Bengals game. They didn't have to worry about him running the ball. I think that's the key to the Ravens offense. Tom Monkey came from Georgia where he won national championships when they ran the ball. The Ravens are a running team. They're not a throwing team. They run the pass, not pass the run. And Lamar hasn't been himself this year, and that has set the offense back. Because normally you open up the offense for Derrick Henry to get more runs and everything. Now all they got to do is stop Derrick Henry, and that's why he getting ugly yards around the line of scrimmage. And that's been the biggest problem. Lamar has not been Lamar. He has not been the top 5 quarterback MVP candidate that they need him to be. And that's why they see he got derailed when he got injured. And then they need to get a backup quarterback besides Scoop Huntley. Scoop Huntley, no offense to him, that y'all beat the Bears. That was a good win. But he is not a backup quarterback. He is a running quarterback. He ain't in Lamar's stratosphere. They need to get a backup quarterback, a competent one, where you don't have to worry about if your quarterback is not in the game for 3-4 games. And you still win those games. Look at the 49ers with Mac Jones and Brock Purdy. You know why the 49ers season stayed on the tracks and did not get derailed? Because Mac Jones was good. And he played competent quarterback. That's what the Ravens needed this year. If they would have had that, they would have won games. And they would have not been in disarray.
Purdy and Jones are 2 different things. Kyle Shanahan can make any quarterback look good. Jimmy Garoppolo look good. Brock Purdy's like a late round pick look good. Mac Jones look good. So that's not a good. He makes anything look good. The Ravens did address it in the offseason, getting Cooper Rush to come from Dallas, who'd had some success. But he got outplayed by Huntley. I think Huntley does need an extension as a backup. Especially if you're going to keep Lamar Jackson. If you're going to keep Lamar Jackson, you don't need to. When you put Huntley in the game, you don't need to change anything. You're right. Is he in the same stratosphere as Lamar Jackson? Not even close. No way. But he's a backup. He can play 1 or 2 games and get some wins for you in there, and it's not going to be too expensive for you to do that. So I do think Lamar is going to be back. If Lamar comes back, then Snoop Huntley is a good backup for them to have as well.
Yeah, but then why did they get Cooper Rush then? What was the point of him being if he was the 13 quarterback? Cooper Rush did not even do good. Like he didn't even fit the offense.
He didn't play well.
I know, but why did they pay him for 3 years, a 3-year contract when he clearly did not fit the mold of the quarterback? And I think the Ravens really got to invest in the offensive line, man. Like you can't be getting negative yards all the time, man. Like Ronnie Stanley, he good, but I don't know if he was playing this year. I don't know what the word. The offensive line wasn't getting the job done. If you're running 10, you got to open up holes.
The guards are terrible. Falele is just terrible offensive guard. Like I've never seen. I don't know if you watch Nightcap, Shannon Sharp and Ocho. They spent 20 minutes talking about Daniel Falele. I've never seen that in 30-some years watching these shows. Shows like this. 20 minutes talking about a right guard.
How
That's
the
how
world
bad
if
he
you
was.
300? How the world if you 330 pounds and you come from the University of Minnesota, you can't move nobody? He's
He's
330 pounds.
he's
What the
380
world?
pounds. He's
Yes.
350. He's 350. He can't. He does not know how to move his feet at all. He's got totally the
Well,
wrong.
this
That's why he's
BJ
always
Fleck
looking
fault,
crazy.
man. Blame this all the sky you my roll Fleck, man.
I agree with you. I totally agree with that because you're
You
not moving
know,
your
I
feet.
mean, I'll get. You know, you got to be able to have technique as an offensive lineman, man. My guy Tony, he played for NC State. He played with Tom Brady and stuff. You know, I mean, he had good technique. When you're O line, you got to be able to move your feet, and you got to know how to pass block, and you got to be able to run block. I
He
mean, that's
can't
your
move his
job.
feet.
You get paid.
He should have
Yes,
been out the
well,
game. He can't move his. He can only thing that he can really do because he is so big and drive block. So like if you're
he
running,
could be a
if he's
swing
going,
tackle.
he can't even do that.
Okay,
This
well,
is why.
he
This
need
is
to go to the.
if they don't bring Harbaugh back. This is to me the biggest malpractice, even more than Derrick Henry. Why is this guy still starting? He can't play.
Well,
Look,
yeah,
go to your Twitter right now, and you'll see Daniel Falele videos, memes all over the place. Daniel Falele. This one guy, he yells out, Falele, Falele. Like he's got every week with the way he play, how bad he is. It's a weekly thing. So that's on coaching. He doesn't belong in there if you're going to continue to play that bad.
well, the thing is, it's on the coach, man. And then some of these colleges, you can't be picking Big Ten tackles, man. You know, like I rather go to Northwestern. Northwestern, Caleb Tiernan. He is a pro style offensive lineman. You know, that's because people big and stuff, and they have success in college. Don't mean they're gonna have success in the pros. I mean, you know, he a draft bust. That's like Jamarcus Russell. You know, with the Raiders. You know,
So
at some
take him
point you just got to
out.
cut your losses. Yeah,
Take him. Yeah,
Jamarcus
exactly.
Russell.
Yeah. Take him out.
You got to
Marcus
cut your
Russell.
losses, man. If they not good, they not good. Like the NFL, you at the pro level. You're not in college. You're not in college anymore where you can oppose their will. These are grown men that he playing against. You know, that have a job, they have families to feed. You know, and they want to get out the opposed quarterback. And your job is to protect, you know, and that's why Lamar got hurt too this year. I mean, you can't protect his blind side. You know, if you're a guard, you his blind side, you know.
I this is partly why Lamar's been injured this season because of the poor offensive line play. And you mentioned like Lamar's not looking like Lamar. All you gotta do is because of Derrick Henry. Even with that, Derrick Henry is still almost at 1,200 yards rushing. Like that's a top 10 running back in the league, if not top. I think it was top 6 last time I saw. So Derrick Henry is not the prime. Offensive line is just awful. Voorhees at the other side isn't much better than Falele. He shouldn't be starting either.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as Falele though. He's not that bad. He's not as bad as Falele is. He's not great either, but he's not. But
Yeah, so
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, they got to draft better and get some free agents, man. Like if you want to blame the coach or the quarterback, you got to blame the management. Like you draft or sign these players, you know. At some point, they got to be held accountable in the front office. Like, you know, you got to protect your franchise. Yeah, because they spent all this money on the Lamar, you know, and they gave him a big contract. You got to protect your investment, man. Look at Mahomes. He out for the season because they didn't protect him at all, you know. And Kansas City dynasty over. They old, they can't move, and they injury prone, you know. And they still an okay team, but they dynasty over though because Mahomes getting 60 million of the payroll. You know, I mean, I think Lamar Jackson needs to take a pay cut and
That
do what
ain't gonna
Tom
happen.
Brady did. Yeah, I'm just saying though, Tom Brady, the reason why he to go is because he took a pay cut. And he wanted the other people, he wanted to win. The only reason the only reason he did not take a pay cut was when he was with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They paid him 40 million. But with New England, he took a pay cut every year though.
He didn't take no pay cut every year. I don't know why people think Tom Brady just moved the money around so they could just have some flexibility every year. With some players,
He did like Show. He did like
just moved his money around. Yeah, go ahead.
He did like Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani did defer money. You defer the contracts. That's the deal with Brady. But it equated to win.
But Tom Brady didn't lose no whole lot of money. He didn't lose no whole lot of money. Tom Brady's probably making more now than he did as a player. He's making more. It was well worth it winning all the time. What it is, and the Ravens have a history of winning, but there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of fans want Lamar out. I would say that Raven fans want him there. I think the front office doesn't want to pony up to $7 million to $70 million. Doesn't want Lamar holding him up. They're trying to get some leverage on him so they can go ahead and do what they want to do with the rest of the team. That's what it is. They don't want people with money. One thing they hate is not having leverage in a negotiation. I can tell you that. And that's what this is. They don't want to sit down with him saying, hey, I won 2 MVPs. I've done all this. I've done all that. Go ahead and give me no, they're not going to do that. They want to get leverage on him. If things like that, put it out in the media and all that, friend to hit piece, etc. And that's what it is. That's how business works. That's what they're doing. It's not going to work, I don't think, but that's what they're doing.
Well, I think they do get leverage because Lamar was hurt this year. They could say, "Oh, yeah, you weren't healthy this year, so you know what? We don't have to give you that contract that you deserve." Because they could say you did not play like a top 5 quarterback. You played top 12 this year. And they got leverage over him right now because his season was not good.
How many teams you think want Lamar?
18 franchise right now. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Drake May, Brock Purdy, It's Carolina. Yeah, I think Carolina will take him right now over Bryce Young. He built
that whole division.
Tampa Bay would take him right now over Baker. Yeah, he better than Baker Mayfield. I would admit that.
Carolina, Tampa, New Orleans,
Atlanta. Tua Cook, man. I don't know why Tua they pay him money. I think some of these organizations are so stupid. They pay these quarterbacks that's injury prone. And they don't be thinking about like they can't even win a game in below 40-degree weather. They 0-18, man. And they lost to Pittsburgh. So they helped Pittsburgh win the division. Because Pittsburgh gonna beat the Browns tomorrow. Yeah, so Miami helped them, Imagine if Miami would have won that game. Their last week would matter.
The supply and demand. How many good quarterbacks are? That's kind of what we said about Lamar. How many good quarterbacks? I can tell you this: Kyler Murray is going to have like 7-8 teams trying to get him. 7 or 8. Kyler Murray's still better than most of the quarterbacks like on a lot of these teams.
Yeah, but Arizona done with Kyler though, man. He healthy and they still playing Jacoby Brissett. You put up
still though. Kyler's still that's the point I'm making with Lamar. The Kyler was even benched. I can tell you he's going to be starting somewhere else for sure. Minnesota or one of those teams we just talked about.
Man, he should go to the Jets, man. The Jets need a quarterback, man.
The Jets just never get it right, man. The Jets just never get it right. I think the Jets, best thing happening if they can get in the draft and get Mendoza, get the #1 pick. That would just be the only. They almost couldn't mess that one up if they get Mendoza with the #1 pick overall. They couldn't mess it up then.
Yeah, but I think that Kyler would be good with Atlanta though, because they got Bijan Robinson. You know, they got Cal Pitts. They got a talented defense. They got AJ Terrell. And imagine Atlanta will be a sneaky good team next year if they get the right quarterback. Because I don't think Penn is it. I don't think Michael Penn is it, man. I'm sorry, but he not. He not a
I'm not
franchise
sure they're
quarterback.
giving up on. I'm not sure they're giving up on him.
Yeah,
You may
but
be
I don't
right.
think he
You
a
may be
franchise
right.
quarterback though.
Yeah,
He a bust,
I,
man. Come on, man.
I don't know if they think that.
He put
I
up
mean, it's,
garbage yards and garbage time. You know, he
I
like a
think
quarterback. You come in the game late, you know, and you just and you blow and you get blew out and you just put up some numbers. He that's a stat guy, man. That's all.
it also depends on who their coach is going to be. I mean, I'm not sure they're
Yeah, well,
keeping.
I think they need to
I
clean house
mean,
too, Atlanta. Man.
they may clean
Raheem
house
Morris need to
all
go,
the way around.
man. Well, yeah, Atlanta dysfunctional like the Jets, man. You don't want to be in that situation to be compared to the Jets. Sorry, Aaron Glenn, the Charles Harris lookalike.
You keep saying that I look like Aaron Glenn. Aaron
Yeah, you
Glenn,
do. You do. You got the beard going on, the gray beard. You got the
Aaron
gray
Glenn,
hair.
Aaron Glenn was one of the best defensive players I ever saw all those years in New England and with the Jets. And I'm a guy who started a blog and a YouTube channel from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am not an Aaron Glenn man by any stretch of the imagination. People say I used to get Merton Hanks when he was playing when I was younger too, like Merton Hanks, like for the 49ers, because he had that long neck. People used to say you look like Merton Hanks.
Yeah.
I used to get that one a lot.
But let's talk about the Sharon Moore, man. Like, what is going on with these coaches, man? And
Go ahead again. I couldn't hear you.
what is going on with like Sharon Moore in Michigan? Like the people there, man. I mean, Jim Harbaugh, Sharon Moore, they are a dysfunctional college organization, man. I mean, you watching my interview? They had Sharon Moore. He was texting OnlyFans models during the halftime, man. So he was a sex addict, man, and he had 3 kids,
No,
and he
I'm not.
and then you know
I'm
what's
not going
crazy?
that far.
The woman that he was sleeping with, he went to her house, and then that's how he got locked up. The one that was on staff.
Mm-hmm.
He
This
was
goes on more than you think.
fasting.
This goes on more than you think, Dion. And I'm not defending him, okay? Let's just be clear. I'm not saying he should have done any of this. But
He make us black men look bad, though. He make us black men look bad. I mean, we struggle to get jobs in college anyway, man.
do you
We struggle to
understand
get jobs out here.
how many of these women will come at him because he was the man? Do you understand how many it is? I mean, you think it's just these women that we're talking about that
Yeah.
no, these are the ones where this was the main side piece, right? Allegedly, because we don't know all the information. But like these women, like, dude, like and you gotta have discipline. This is where having discipline.
Yeah, no discipline at all.
You gotta not do that. You can't be out here because, like you said, you're right. We're still black in here, right? No matter how high position you get,
we struggle to get jobs.
We struggle to get jobs, and we can't do a lot of the same things you might see. And again, I'm not accusing Jim Harbaugh. I'm not accusing Jim Harbaugh or anybody else, but this goes on. I covered a similar story a few years ago. Coppin State, Juan Dixon was a lot of people know him nowadays. He was on Real Housewives of Potomac. His wife was a tremendous Maryland basketball player, coaching at Coppin State. And a lot of these same things. They couldn't even keep track of the women that he supposedly brought to the games with him and all that stuff. Just can't do that. Can't do it. But I will say a lot of these women do come at a lot of these men. I mean, he probably even still now has a lot of these still. I mean, all of them ain't even went away, even in the situation he's in. Doesn't make it right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? My old nephew basketball coach, he having an affair. My old nephew high school basketball team, he having an affair with one of the players' moms.
That's I was watching the Christmas Day games. Ime Udokwa, same thing.
Yeah,
He's coaching. He's coaching
yeah,
the
yeah,
Rockets.
yeah.
He's coaching the Rockets and not the Celtics because he can't. Because he can't. I mean, come on, man. You married to. You was engaged to. You got Nia Long, for God's sake.
Yeah, man, he a big
I
dummy,
mean, of
man.
all
Hey,
women. I
hey,
mean, you in
hey,
the
if
major
I was married
leagues.
to, if I was married to Neil Long, I would never pass up at all, man. I was
She
like,
ain't too
yeah,
old for
I
you.
ain't cheating on you, man.
She ain't too old for you, man.
Uh, no, I want somebody
That's a
young,
no.
man. I want somebody in their like 20s, man.
That's a no. That sounded like a no, man. Nia Long. I understand that though, but like
Yeah.
that just kind of goes to my point. That's how a lot of men are brought down by, like, you got to have discipline, and it's hard because you have a lot of women coming at you and a lot of money
I
coming
know, man.
at you and things like that.
I have a lot of women coming at me, Charles, man, and I be at their discipline, man. They always be talking about you cute, you look good, man. You know.
Yeah, your numbers are going up and hey big head. We talked about that before. Hey big head and all that. And that happens. That happens. That happens. And a lot of these guys have to, as a man, you have to. You don't want to be brought down by. You have to decide sometimes that you like money more than you like women. Sometimes you got to do that. You got to decide, hey, man, I like money more than I like women there. So that's the way that's got to go there. Let's see if we get Dion back here. It went out here. So we were having a conversation about, I'll just keep it going here. If it's like, yes, thank you all of you for joining us here. 244 here in the live stream right now. So here we got Dion back here.
Yeah, what happened, Charles, man?
I think it was the conversation was too heavy for you.
Yeah,
All these women. I don't think you would pass on Nia Long there, young guy.
yeah, I want to ask on Neil Long, man. You know who I want? I want Addison Ray, man. I like Addison Ray, man. I'll go with Molly Kelly too. Molly, even though she older, you know.
I know who
I did like Molly when she was on First Take, though. She is beautiful, you know.
Yeah, Molly, again, like she was married to Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose, yeah, Jalen Rose.
They were married for several years, and it's a whole different thing. This is way off.
I think Stephen A was hitting that though.
No, he wasn't. I don't know why people think that. Everybody seems to think that, but I don't think that was the case at all. She wasn't interested in him. A lot of people think that he was because he had all the money. But like, once again, she was married to Jalen Rose. She probably had so many men come on there with £1,000,000. Like, that wasn't a big deal for her to be around Stephen A. ESPN. You know, it probably wasn't a big deal. You know, young guy. She probably got.
Man, I like the interview on my YouTube channel. I'm doing it.
I went out again. Went out again.
Okay, Charles, let's go to the Orioles, man. Because, you know, clearly that conversation getting too heated, man. Let's go to the Orioles, man. And Pete Alonso, man. He spurned the Mets, you know, and what do you think about the Orioles? And, man, also, my Cubs are so cheap, man. They are cheaper than a paper glove, man. I'm telling you. I get tired of my baseball team. They make me so sick, man. It's like, go sign somebody. Go spend some money, y'all cheap bastard, you know? They be getting me really upset, man, as a fan.
I don't know why the
As a
Cubs aren't
fan,
trying
I'm
harder
really
to
upset.
keep Tucker. I don't know why they're not trying harder to keep Kyle Tucker. That seems like a natural
Man,
thing. Yeah, go
they
ahead.
should. Well, they cheap, so they want his market to go down. That's what they always want. If the market go down, then they gonna sign him because that's the Blue Jays. They the only competition to the Cubs because the Yankees and the Phillies and the Red Sox they out and stuff. So if he don't go to the Blue Jays, yeah, the Cubs could swoop in and get him.
I don't know. I don't know why that. I'm still so surprised the Mets didn't sign Pete Alonso and keep him, considering what he signed for. It wasn't like it was a Soto like or ridiculous amount of money. I mean, they could have did that. It's
They only
wild.
offered him 20 a year. They only offered him 20 a year, and he got the most home runs in the Mets history. I mean, ain't no loyalty these days in sports, man. Look at Miles Turner with the Pacers, man. I mean, they could have kept him there. I don't know why. I agree with you.
Yeah, I kind of a little lost to why and I'm glad they didn't, obviously, because the Orioles. But I'm looking at what he signed for. I mean, I don't know why they just didn't pay that. I mean, that was kind of crazy why they didn't pay
it. Yeah, they only offered him 20 a year, and y'all paid him like 30 a year. So it was like it's always like 8 or 9 million difference these days on with these contracts, man.
Yeah, and he's one of the greatest players in the history of your friend. Like, let's say his production had fell off at age 35. I mean, nobody would have been mad about it in his particular case because he's an all-time Mets player. Like, so I kind of didn't understand why they didn't try harder to keep him. Orioles are probably this is probably the most I've seen him do in about 20 years. They signed Pete Alonso. They signed Ryan Halsey to go ahead and close for him. They went out, got Shane Baez. They traded a lot to go ahead and do it. So I can't remember the Orioles in the last.
I think that was a bad trade though to get Shane Baez though, man. They could have did better. I mean, they could have got they could have got Evan Cabrera from the Marlins, man.
They gave up a lot to get him. I'll say that. That was more than
but he had decent hitter though. He had a 4 ERA average last year, Shane Baez. So you don't know how pitch is gonna be, when they not in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay make everybody here to look good, man.
Well, usually, yeah, but last year too, like they weren't in their regular stadium. They were in that minor league stadium, and the ERAs, they were having a harder time. So I think that's what they're thinking, that we get them in Camden Yards, which is now they move the fences back, that they'll do better, that he'll do better in Camden Yards than he did like in that minor league park there in Tampa that they had last year. That's the thought process that they had. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. But you still gave up a lot. You gave up 2 first-round picks. Caden Bodine was one of the best players in the College World Series last year. Michael Ferrett, pitcher. You gave up a lot to get him. So it seemed like that was more than I would have for a guy who's probably like a middle rotation starter. Even
man.
Yeah, that seems like they gave up more than I would. But they do. That's probably also less expensive than actually going out and getting another free agent starter, like for a 1-year deal or something like that. That'd have been way more sense.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Cubs, man? You think they're gonna make the playoffs again? What do you think they doing, man?
I think they got to worry about the Brewers in their own division. I thought the Cubs last year, they brought Craig Counsell in to go ahead and out-brewer the Brewers. They brought in a guy who's a good manager, history of being on the margins. And Pat Murphy is taking their team, and they got to just have a better baseball team. Chirino, I think, is a good young player for them. They still have Christian Yelich and things like that. And the Cubs, they need to make some more moves. Losing Kyle Tucker is not going to help. I don't know why they're trying so hard not to keep Kyle Tucker. I think Kyle Tucker is one of the best players in the league, top 50 player for sure. So I think he's kind of being slept on, being a real good player. I think that's definitely where I would start trying to keep Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, well, yeah, I send him, and then I get that Japanese pitcher dude, Imai, you
Imai.
know. Yeah, they should sign him, They gotta stop being cheap, man. It's like if you got a woman and stuff like Charles. I know when your wife she have a birthday, you ain't being cheap on that birthday, man. You going all out, man. You like the
Man,
love doctor that day, right?
oh, that's two different answers right there. The Cubs being
Yeah, but
cheap. The Cubs being cheap, first of all, like I think like it's baffling because they got so much money. Because they got Wrigleyville, they have all the Cubs, they're in the middle market, they and all that stuff. They have all that. I mean, now as far as my anniversary goes, man, dude, I've been married 20 plus years, right?
you still gotta you
Let me tell you something. Man. Man, you start. This is grown man section right here. You start supporting women through life, not just gifts. That's when she stayed. Like when you start paying mortgage, you don't hire something just for her anniversary. You start paying mortgage. You start paying car payments. You start getting her helping with her business, stuff like that. That's the type of stuff that keeps them. They listening now. The women that are watching this right now, they understand. They're gonna understand that one. Like this, if you're actually helping them in life, not just gifts, they'll ignore that stuff, right? And back to the Cubs, like that's life. You got to keep Kyle Tucker. You got to keep your star. You got to.
That's right.
You got.
Come on, Tom Ricketts. Come on, Tom Ricketts and Jed Hoyer, I'm begging you. Sign Cal Tucker and stop being cheap. This is one of your fans. Listen to me, guys. Let's do this. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I thought for sure you were going to ask me about Caleb Williams and the Bears and everything and the job they're doing. This is a good season that they're having.
Yeah, we got a petition. Keep Cal Tucker. Keep Cal Tucker. We gotta keep waving this flag, man. Come on, Charles on board. Let's go.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure having you on today, man. The father and the husband of the year, right? Charles Harris.
Yes.
You won the father of the award for 2025, man. I don't got no plaque, but you know what a plaque is.
And check us out on raverysports.company.site where you can get Ravens jerseys like this. And definitely check it out, Ravery Sports. We're going to have our blog. So we just started that. So every day we're blogging about that. The last article was about Mike Preston and everything that went on there. So it's raverysports.blogspot.com. So definitely, absolutely check that out as well. I think Dion froze up again. You're going to get us copyrighted. See if you're able to get it back. Definitely watch also too. Before we get out of here, definitely check out Positivity is the Way to Go. His channel, Dion Davis. So absolutely go ahead and check that out on his channel. Definitely.
Yeah, I got the Green Bay Packers winning tonight, and they're gonna cover against Scoop Huntley, and the Ravens will be officially knocked out the playoffs, and Pittsburgh will win the division, regardless of the result tomorrow against Cleveland. That's my prediction.
Well, and I was just saying, watch Positivity is the Way to Go on channel, making sure that you check it out. So he's wrong about the prediction tonight, I think.
Hey, no, the reason why y'all gonna lose. The reason why y'all gonna lose is because John Harbaugh is not gonna let Derrick Henry be the bell cow that he needs them to be. That's why y'all gonna lose.
I think Green Bay has their own problems, and they don't need to win like the Ravens need to win. They have less. There's nothing for them to play. I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs already with the Detroit loss, so they still want to play. They have a chance to get ahead of Chicago. but it's unlikely. So they have less to play for.
Okay,
So,
yeah, but the Ravens, if Pittsburgh win tomorrow, y'all finish, regardless of what the result is today.
Yeah, you're right. So they're not dead yet, but yeah, Pittsburgh. Look, Pittsburgh.
You need Myles Garrett. You need Myles Garrett. You need Myles Garrett to get 10 sacks tomorrow on man Rodgers.
They're not gonna have Metcalf or TJ Watt in the game, most likely tomorrow.
Okay, but y'all got a chance. Y'all need to win tonight and have no business.
I think a lot of us are thinking that it's over. A lot of fans. But we're not dead yet. It's not over yet. And even if that happens, you still have to go in Pittsburgh and win next week. So that has to be that's a factor.
And you need Lamar back. And
so I don't know if you're gonna get Lamar back this year. I don't know if they
okay, well y'all done then. Y'all season over in regards.
Well,
y'all finished.
If they can get in, I think you have a shot to get in then. But I don't know if he comes back next week either. If they actually can.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on today, Charles, Mr. Harris. Have a great day. Enjoy the game tonight, man.
Thank you, sir, and thank all of you out there watching. Looks like we got 260 people watching on StreamYard here. So watching on all.
That's right. They came to check. They came to check you out, though, Charles. I don't know if they came to see me.
All right, y'all have a great day.
See you.